everyone, myself Forum Amana, Assistant Professor of PC Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to the session of Digital System Design. Now, in the last session we have finished unit number 2, that is a combinational logic circuit design. In today's session we are going to start chapter number 3, that is a sequential logic circuit design, in which first of all we will see what is the difference between combinational circuit and a sequential circuit, block diagram of sequential circuit, and what are the types of sequential circuit. First of all, as we have seen that combinational circuits having the output that depends only on the present state of the input rather than the previous states of input. Alright, so they are made up of logic gates. As my output will depends on the present state of the input, it does not contain any memory element. That's why they can't store any information. The third point that we have discussed, and the examples that we have studied in unit number 2 was half adder, full adder, half subtractor, full subtractor, multiplexer, demultiplexer, decoder, encoder, comparator. Alright. So this is what we have done for the combinational logic circuit. It is having the output that depends only on the present state of the input. Alright. And the sequential circuit is made up of combinational circuit and the memory, right? So these memory elements are capable of storing a single bit information. Okay, that means it will store a single bit. Alright. Why we need a memory element? Because the output will depends on the latest input, that is the present input, and the previous state. Alright. So for storing the previous state we need a memory. That's why the memory element is present in the sequential logic circuit, and it is not present in the combinational circuit. Right? What are the examples of sequential circuits that are flip-flop, counter, shift registers? Right? Now this is the block diagram of sequential circuit. You are able to find that it is a combination of combinational circuit and the memory. See, input is going to be applied to the combinational circuit, which provides the output, but my next state, or we can say my output, is also dependent on the previous state. That's why it is going to be stored in the memory, and so whenever it is required, it is going to be called from the memory, and it is going to be applied to the another input of the combinational circuit. Alright. What are the types of combinational circuit? Two types. One is synchronous circuit, second one is the asynchronous circuit. So what is synchronous circuit? So in the synchronous sequential circuit, the state of the device will change only at discrete time instant according to the clock pulse. What is clock pulse? Clock pulse is nothing but is a square wave which is having a positive, negative, repeated sequences. Alright. Now what is asynchronous circuit? Asynchronous circuit is not going to be synchronized by clock. Clock is a successive repetition of the square wave. Okay. the output will change directly in response to the change in the input. Alright? There is no effect of clock into the asynchronous circuit. Now, let us discuss the block diagram of synchronous sequential circuit. So, the synchronous sequential circuit, as it consists of combinational circuit with the memory, it is having the input X and the output is equals to Z. Now, the output will also be stored into the memory. Why? Because my output is dependent on the previous state also. That's why we need the memory. Memory is going to be triggered, right? This is going to be, data is going to be fetched with the help of applying the clock pulse. Okay? So my output will depends on the present state as well as the previous state. So the synchronous circuit will employs the synchronizing signal called the clock or a periodic train of pulse. A clock determines when this activity will going to be occur. Other signals determines what changes will occur, determining the output from the inputs whenever the clock is. Now, the synchronous circuit which has a storage element, that is memory, which is used in the clock sequential circuit, are called flip-flop. What is flip-flop? Flip-flop is used to store a single element. One flip-flop is store a single element, single bit. Okay. The circuit may use a flip-flop. Together they define the circuit state. Right? So flip-flop will going to update its state dependent on the clock pulse. Alright? Let us take an example how this clock works. And based on the clock, how my output is going to be changed. See, let us take one input D, which is having the value changing from 1 to 0 to 1, 0, 1, 0 like this, anything. Okay. Clock is having a successive repetition of the pulse 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. So whether my output will change on the rising edge or in the falling edge. Rising means when my clock is changed from 0 to 1, then this is called the rising edge. If my clock is going to change from 1 to 0, then this is a falling edge. Alright. So over here, clock is going to be changed for the rising edge. So as D is equals to 1 and clock is in the rising edge, my Q is equals to 1. Okay. Again, flip-flop will check whether the clock is rising or falling. If it is rising, at that time it will check what is the state of my input. So when we are for the second rising edge, the value of D is equals to 0. So my output Q will become 0. Likewise, it will change its states. Q bar is the complement of Q. Alright. So based on the value of Q, we can say that my flip-flop will set, otherwise it will reset. Okay. So D will signifies my input, E will signifies enabling my flip-flop or by applying the clock pulse, and with the help of enabling the flip-flop, my output will going to change. Alright, that is the Q. Okay, so output will respond to input during this time period. Okay, this time period and this time period. Sorry. Okay. This time. So based on at which period of time my enable pin is equals to 1 or the clock pulse is activated. So this is called the example of latch. It depends on the state of my enable. If enable is equals to 1, it will go to change states. If the clock is going to be whether rising or falling, the state of the output will going to be changed. So what are the problem with the latches? The latch is transparent. The state will keep changing as long as the enable is going to be changed. Alright. See, so due to this uncertainty, the latches cannot be reliable as a storage element because it will change continuously states. So noise effects are more pronounced in this latch. So the sequential circuits. The best example is flip-flop. Okay, it is also known as a bistable. It is in two single states. Right? Two types are there. Bistable logic devices are like two types. Latches that are level trigger. It means value of E. If it is 1 and 0, 1 and 0 depends on the level of clock. Flip-flop is edge trigger of the clock. So latches and the flip-flop differ in the method used for changing the states. Latches are used in the asynchronous sequential circuit and flip-flops are used in the clock sequential circuit. Synchronous sequential circuit. So the flip-flops are built with the latches. So what's the difference between latch and the flip-flop? There are two basic building blocks of sequential circuit. It is having a suitable difference. Flip-flop is going to change its states based on the clock input, and the latch will change its state continuously when the enable pin is active or inactive. Okay. Enable is provided in the latch. The output will change only when the enable pin is active, and there is no change when the enable is inactive. Okay. Flip-flops are edge trigger whether it is a rising or falling edge. Rising edge means starting. If it change its pulse from 0 to 1, 0 to 1, that means rising, and 1 to 0, that means falling. Okay? This is called the falling edge. Falling. This is falling. This is falling. 1 to 0. And what is level trigger? This is active high. That means it is having logic 1. Logic 1, active high. Having logic 0, active 0. Okay. So these are the difference between the flip-flop and latch. The more differences are there in the flip-flop and latch that we will discuss later on. But if you have any doubt to this is the basic difference between the flip-flop and latch. But if you have any doubt, you can ask me on my video. Till then, thank you for your attention.